You can travel without wrecking your sleep, your diet, or your workouts. You just need the right playbook. Travel doesn't ruin your health because you lack discipline. It ruins your health because it scrambles your internal clock, dries you out, locks you in a chair, and feeds you ultra-processed convenience food at exactly the wrong times. The fix isn't perfection, it's controlling a few powerful levers, and avoiding the biggest traps. If you want more science-backed longevity playbooks like this, hit like and subscribe and check the description for Amazon links to tools we mention, plus our longevity compass book. Let's start with why travel feels so brutal in the first place. Jet lag is not just being tired. It's circadian misalignment. Your brain clock is in one time zone. Your body is in another. According to public health guidance, jet lag becomes much more likely once you cross 3 or more time zones. And eastward travel is usually harder than westward travel. Why? Because advancing your clock, sleeping and waking earlier, is biologically harder than delaying it. On average, your body clock adapts about 1 hour per day when traveling east, and about 1.5 hours per day when traveling west. That's not a motivation issue. That's biology. Now here's the part most people miss. Circadian misalignment isn't just about sleepiness. In controlled lab studies, circadian misalignment, similar to shift work, reduces insulin sensitivity and increases inflammatory markers, even when sleep loss is controlled for. Translation: jet lag can mess with blood sugar and inflammation fast, and timing matters more than people realize. Your body handles glucose better in the morning than in the evening. So late night eating in a jet-lagged state is a double hit. There's a powerful study showing that eating during the biological night creates internal circadian misalignment and worsens glucose tolerance. But when food intake was restricted to daytime, even with messed up sleep, those metabolic problems were largely prevented. This gives us a huge lever: meal timing. So, here's the longevity compass framing. You don't need perfect habits on a trip. You need to control the 3 strongest time cues: light, meals, and movement, and also, you need to avoid the biggest sleep killers as well. Let's start with the strongest lever of all: light. Light is the steering wheel of your circadian clock. Morning light tends to move your clock earlier. Evening light tends to move it later. Which one you want depends on travel direction. Going east, prioritize morning outdoor light at your destination. Protect your evenings from bright light and screens. Going west, seek late afternoon or early evening light. Avoid very early morning bright light if you're trying to stay on a later schedule. And here's a highly underrated rule: if your trip is shorter than 2 days, it's often better not to fully adapt at all. For short trips, staying closer to your home schedule can be less disruptive than forcing a shift you'll immediately undo. Now let's talk about meals, your second clock. Food timing strongly influences your peripheral clocks, especially in the liver and gut. The simple rule that saves most people is: do your best to eat during the destination's daytime. Avoid big meals during what should be your biological night. That alone can stabilize blood sugar, reduce cravings, and improve sleep quality on trips. Next lever: movement. Movement does 3 things at once. It improves circulation, it reduces stiffness and back pain, and it helps signal time of day to your body. Exercise is a real circadian cue, not as strong as light, but strong enough to matter. Even 20 to 30 minutes of intentional movement after arrival can help reset rhythm, mood, and energy. Now let's cover the biggest travel mistakes, the sleep killers. First, caffeine. Caffeine is the most underestimated travel mistake. In controlled studies, 400 milligrams of caffeine taken even 6 hours before bedtime reduced total sleep time by more than an hour. That's brutal when sleep is already fragile. Treat caffeine like a drug with a schedule. Use it to anchor mornings, not to rescue afternoons. Second, alcohol. Alcohol might feel like a shortcut to sleep, but it fragments sleep, worsens reflux, worsens dehydration, and often makes jet lag worse, not better. If sleep matters on a trip, alcohol is a tax, not a tool. Now let's talk about dehydration, the silent travel saboteur. Plane cabins have very low humidity. Long flights shift fluids in the body. That's why you land feeling puffy, headachy, constipated, and snacky. Hydration isn't just drink more. It's water, smart timing, and not overdosing diuretics like caffeine and alcohol. For many people, especially on walking heavy trips or in hot climates, electrolytes can help hydration adherence. If you're salt sensitive, be conservative. This is about balance, not extremes. Now a quick but important safety section. Don't be a statue. Long periods of sitting increase clot risk. The fix is simple movement. Stand up when you can. Walk the aisle. Do ankle circles and calf pumps. Compression socks can reduce silent clots on long flights, especially if you swell easily or fly for 4 or more hours. Aspirin is not recommended solely for travel clot prevention. Next, food safety, because nothing ruins a trip faster than GI illness. You don't need paranoia, you need a safe enough approach. Prioritize hot foods cooked through, peelable fruits, sealed drinks. Be more cautious with raw salads, cut fruit, and uncooked sauces in higher risk settings. Hand hygiene matters more than most food rules. Soap and water or alcohol-based sanitizer go a long way. Now let's address the silent trip ruiner: ultra-processed travel eating. Airports, gas stations, hotel snacks, they push ultra-processed foods hard. High exposure to ultra-processed foods is linked with worse cardiometabolic and mental health outcomes. The fix isn't moralizing food. It's having a hierarchy. Protein must anchor each day. Eggs, Greek yogurt, lean meat or fish, tofu, whey. Add fiber and produce when feasible. Peelable fruit, cooked vegetables, oats or beans when safe. Ultra-processed foods become emergency calories, not entertainment. Now a word on sleep aids. Melatonin can help with jet lag, but timing matters more than dose. Low doses, even around 0.5 milligram, can be as effective as higher doses for circadian shifting. Taking it at the wrong time can make jet lag worse. Short-term melatonin is generally well tolerated for many adults, but people who are pregnant or on certain medications should check with a clinician. And don't introduce brand new sedatives mid-flight. That's not the experiment you want on vacation. Now let's put this together into a simple travel playbook. 48 to 72 hours before travel, if crossing many time zones, start shifting bedtime and wake time by 30 to 60 minutes per day toward your destination when possible. Decide your strategy. Short trip, don't fully adapt. Longer trip, commit to destination rhythm quickly. And don't start the trip sleep deprived. Bank sleep if you can on travel day. Hydrate early. Limit alcohol and caffeine. Move when possible. Eat lighter. Avoid massive meals during your biological night. If you nap, keep it short. 15 to 20 minutes. Not a second night. First 24 hours at destination. This is where trips are won or lost. Use light strategically. Eat a destination-timed breakfast. Move intentionally for 20 to 30 minutes. Use caffeine early only. Treat afternoon caffeine like borrowing tomorrow's sleep. Quick reminder, if this helped, like and subscribe, and check the description for Amazon links to travel tools and foundational supplements, plus our longevity compass book. Now we want to hear from you. What part of travel wrecks you the most? Sleep, food, or energy? Because the goal isn't to optimize the trip away. It's to come home feeling like yourself, or better.